I think the man is absolutely a disaster. He's become nothing less than a caricature as House Speaker. He's inept, and the conference, if they don't get rid of him, we're going to watch this nonsense go on in perpetuity.
What's so frustrating, I know you have actually called for the Speaker to step down.
Absolutely.
And you're one of the few.
The House is so reticent to do the people's business, then let that fall on the heads of Paul Ryan and his leadership team, because they are absolutely deserving of accountability and blame.
Do you worry about, and maybe this is an artificial timeline,
right,
but, you know, I know the media says the first 100 days. Reagan didn't get a lot of his bills through
right,
Congress until much later in the first year, but he got them through. Do you worry about a timeline or a window of opportunity that may close for the Republicans, because then we get back into an election cycle? Now, I would think the Republicans have some confidence. The Senate electoral map looks really good for them in 2018.
Correct. And I really believe that if Paul Ryan loses the House, that's on him. That's on this leadership team. President Trump will be president for 8 years, God willing. The electorate will assure that. Paul Ryan, his fate is in the wind. The conference should not put up with him. Mitch McConnell has done a job. He's delivered on what the president asked. He wanted Neil Gorsuch to be the Supreme Court Justice, and they've delivered. This is and you talk about Republicans, I do as well, every night on my broadcast. But, you know, when we talk about Republicans, it's a coalition. It's not as loose as the coalition that makes up the Democratic Party, but it is a coalition. Paul Ryan is not a conservative, never has been. His leadership team is a mixed bag of conservatives, moderates. The Freedom Caucus are traditional conservatives and great Americans.
I agree. I agree. And here's the fascinating thing, and I can report with absolute authority that the people that had the urgency, that were working behind the scenes, and I know you know this because you and I stay in contact, so I tell you all my secrets. But you know how hard guys like Mark Meadows and Jim Jordan and all those Freedom Caucus guys, when the bill didn't get voted on that Friday, they started that next Saturday to try and help the president to get this over the finish line. They've compromised. They've worked with the varying coalitions within the House Republicans, you know, the Tuesday group, the study group, the more moderate Republicans, the drinking on Saturday night group. And, you know, we have a bill, and it's still not getting over the finish line tonight. It's so frustrating.
It's frustrating for you and for me, and as you say, I mean, Mark Meadows, you and I both know Mark Meadows and Jim Jordan for the great, first of all, great Republicans they are. I think either one of those two would make such a terrific speaker. I mean, they would be terrific in that role. Think about this. Donald Trump received 63 million votes in 2016 at the polls, and Paul Ryan received 230,000. And Ryan is talking about an agenda that he was elected on. Well, I mean, the man is delusional.
I don't want to bring up recent history. He also he said the president's a racist. He wouldn't be seen with him during the election. He said to me he supports his agenda. But my problem is, you know something, Lou? The people of this country, it shocked the world by voting for Donald Trump because they really want to change direction. The president, I would argue, has checked off every agenda item he possibly can that he can do on his own. These guys have wanted this power. 2010, give us the House. 2014, give us the House and Senate. 2016, they got the White House. And they're still, it's almost like impotent. They're incapable of getting this over the finish line.
But against the entrenched establishment power represented by Paul Ryan, let's be very candid here. He is the hired man for the Chamber of Commerce and for the Business Roundtable. He's emblematic of the establishment. Oh, he's not. It's not even close.
It's not even close. Lou, 95
Donald
million
Trump
Americans
is for the
are
people.
out of the labor force. 95 million Americans are out of the labor force, 50 million in poverty, 50 million on food stamps. How about they work for the American people? My patience is running thin.
Well, many of those folks in the House are doing just that. It's just unfortunate that the GOP leadership team isn't.